There is a silent killer that claims more dreams than failure ever could. It does not come roaring through the gates. It does not strike with violence or noise. It whispers. It delays. It persuades you that tomorrow will be easier, that another hour won't hurt, that another day won't change anything, and that lie, that tiny, almost invisible lie, buries ambitions by the millions. Procrastination is not harmless. It is a thief in the night, robbing you of the life you were born to live. Every moment you hesitate, every second you retreat into comfort, the life you could have built drifts further away, swallowed by the tides of wasted potential. Understand this: the war is not outside of you. It is not the economy, the politics, the environment, or the people around you. The real war is within you, between the part of you that hungers for greatness and the part of you that craves safety. And every day, in every decision, one of them wins. The question is, which side are you feeding? Procrastination is not a time management problem. It's a pain management problem. It's the mind's desperate attempt to avoid discomfort, to avoid the growing pains that come with stepping into the unknown. But greatness lives in the unknown. Success lives beyond the walls you are too afraid to climb. Thomas Edison didn't invent the light bulb by waiting for the right mood. Carnegie didn't build empires by sitting back when things got complicated. Ford didn't create a revolution in transportation by wondering if he felt like it that day. They understood a truth that modern society forgets. You are not your emotions. You are not a prisoner to passing moods or fleeting fears. You are the commander of your life, and you must act accordingly. When you feel resistance rise within you, when you hear that whisper telling you to delay, understand that it is not your friend. It is your greatest enemy dressed in the robes of comfort. Every second you hesitate, a part of you atrophies. Your dreams do not wait. Your future self, the one who holds the keys to the life you want, is being starved by your inaction. When you procrastinate, you send a silent signal to the universe: I am not ready. I do not believe I am worthy. I do not believe I can handle the work. And the universe, hearing your conviction, will respond accordingly. But when you move, when you act even before you feel ready, you send a different message. I will find a way. I will endure the discomfort. I will win. Belief is not built in comfort. Belief is built in the fires of doing what you don't feel like doing. It is built when you rise, when your mind screams for you to stay down. It is built when you choose growth over ease, again and again and again. The mind loves to think small. It focuses on the discomfort of this task, this moment, this hour. But winners see past the immediate pain into the ultimate prize. They do not fixate on the sweat dripping down their back. They envision the mountain peak they are climbing toward. You must teach your mind to stretch beyond the now. Every task you complete is not just a task. It is a brick in the empire you are building. Every workout is not just a workout. It is the sharpening of your sword. Every difficult conversation is not just a conversation. It is the forging of your character. See beyond today. Train your mind to serve your destiny, not your discomfort. A man or woman without a burning purpose will always surrender to procrastination, because if the reason is weak, the resistance will always win. Purpose is the fuel that makes action inevitable. It is the internal fire that roars louder than any fear, any doubt, any momentary discomfort. Walt Disney's purpose wasn't make cartoons. It was bring happiness to millions and make the impossible feel real. Henry Ford's purpose wasn't build cars. It was revolutionize transportation and put the world on wheels. Your purpose must be so big, so magnetic, that it pulls you through the fog of laziness. So when you feel the weight of procrastination press against you, ask yourself, what am I fighting for? Who will suffer if I stay small? Because your dreams are not just about you. They are about everyone you could have helped, everyone you were meant to inspire, everyone who needed the light. You were too scared to shine. Discipline is not some magical state of being. It is not a superpower reserved for the few. It is the result of winning small battles over and over until victory becomes your second nature. Discipline is built when you get up at 5 a.m. when no one is watching. It is built when you send the email you dread. It is built when you sit down to work while your mind screams for distraction. Every small act of discipline is a blow against procrastination. Every time you conquer a little moment, you take ground in the war for your life. You must make the act of starting sacred. Not perfect work. Not endless preparation, just start. Start ugly, start uncertain, start afraid, but start. Because once you start, the mind loses its grip, momentum carries you forward, and suddenly the impossible becomes inevitable. You will not wake up one morning magically free from the grip of procrastination. You must tear yourself free every hour, every day. Discipline is not a gift you receive, it is a weapon you forge, and the forge is pain, sacrifice, and repetition. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, you drive another nail into the coffin of your old, weak self. Every time you act when you don't feel like it, you silence the excuses and birth a new strength within you. Discipline is the bridge, and it is built one hard step at a time. The dreamers talk, the disciplined build. The future is not promised to those who wait. It is seized by those who work when no one is watching, when the world is asleep, when comfort begs them to stay still. You will either pay the price of discipline today or the price of regret tomorrow. There is no other path. Nothing crushes procrastination faster than motion. One step, even if imperfect, cuts through fear. One small action destroys hesitation. Most people stand at the edge of their dreams, paralyzed by the weight of perfection. They wait for the right time, the right feeling, the right opportunity. And they wait until the waiting becomes their life story. Understand this. Action creates clarity. Action breeds momentum. Action awakens belief. You do not think your way into confidence. You act your way into it. You do not wait for the fire. You light it with your first small step. You have fooled yourself into believing you have time. You do not. Every hour you waste is an hour you never recover. Every day you procrastinate is a day ripped from the life you could have lived. There are people lying on their deathbeds right now, begging for one more chance to act, to live without fear, to move without delay. You have that chance. Right now, your dreams have an expiration date, and the clock is ticking whether you move or not. If you do not treat your time as sacred, no one else will. There are two types of pain, the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. One lasts minutes, hours. The other haunts you for a lifetime. Which pain will you choose? The pain of early mornings, hard choices, uncomfortable conversations, or the pain of wondering what could have been, watching others live the life you were too afraid to pursue? Your loyalty must not be to your feelings. Your loyalty must be to your purpose. Feelings are fleeting. Purpose is eternal. When you feel tired, move anyway. When you feel doubtful, act anyway. When you feel afraid, speak anyway. This is the price of freedom. You will fall. You will stumble. You will be tempted to quit. And that is where most people lose, not because they aren't worthy, not because they lack talent, but because they believe failure is the end instead of the beginning. Understand this truth. The most powerful people are not those who never fall. They are the ones who rise faster, stronger, and more determined every single time. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times to invent the light bulb. Imagine if he had quit at 1,000, or even at 9,000. Winners are those who make resilience their religion. They do not worship comfort. They worship perseverance. Procrastination thrives when you fear failure. It dies when you embrace it. When you fall, do not retreat. Do not hesitate. Stand up before your mind has time to poison you with doubt. Your mind will say, maybe this isn't for me. Your spirit must roar back, this setback is my sharpening stone. Each failure is a lesson written in fire. Each stumble is a signpost pointing to greatness if you have the strength to keep moving forward. Resistance loves a heart filled with complaints. It feeds on bitterness, on frustration, on the slow rot of negativity. But gratitude, real, fierce gratitude, is a sword that cuts resistance at the root. You cannot procrastinate when you are deeply grateful for the opportunity to act. You cannot delay when you see your challenges as gifts. Gratitude transforms burdens into blessings. It changes I have to into I get to. It turns fear into fuel. When you wake up every day thankful to fight for your dreams, procrastination loses its grip on you. When you see every struggle as a sacred chance to grow, no obstacle can slow you down for long. Gratitude is not softness. It is strength cloaked in humility. It is the battle armor of those who endure when others collapse. You must become the master of your focus. because the world will wage war against it. Distractions are not accidents. They are assassins sent to kill your destiny. Social media, endless scrolling, mindless entertainment, these are not harmless habits. They are thieves of your future. Every moment you allow your mind to drift, you hand your power away. Your dreams demand warriors, not wanderers. Train your mind to lock onto your purpose with the force of a laser. Eliminate the noise, silence the trivial. Create a space where only what matters can survive. Focus is a fortress. Build it strong. Defend it fiercely. Let nothing trivial breach your walls. If you master focus, you master life. The world changes. The battlefield shifts. The rules are rewritten overnight. Those who cling to the old ways are swept away. You must be willing to evolve, faster, smarter, braver than ever before. Procrastination whispers, wait until the dust settles. Greatness shouts, move while others freeze. Be flexible in your methods, but unbreakable in your mission. Adaptability is not weakness. It is intelligence armed with courage. If the mountain path crumbles, find another way. If the river rises, build a bridge. Those who adapt, those who flow instead of freeze, are the ones who write history while others watch in regret. The world will not wait for you to be ready. It will not pause while you make up your mind. Move, adapt, or be left behind. There is a small golden window between decision and doubt, a fleeting moment where your spirit surges forward before the mind can sabotage it. Winners move within that window. Losers wait until it closes. The longer you wait, the louder fear becomes. The more you delay, the heavier procrastination wraps its chains around you. You cannot think your way into greatness. You must act your way there. Action is the great purifier. It burns away hesitation. It melts fear into fuel. It transforms uncertainty into momentum. You don't need to know every step. You need only to take the next one step, one move, one action. Before doubt wakes up and drags you down, the world rewards action, not intention. It crowns the doers, not the dreamers who waited. Every time you break a promise to yourself, every time you say, I'll start tomorrow and don't, you erode your self-respect. You teach your mind that your word is worthless, and a person who does not trust themselves will never conquer procrastination. The solution is brutal and beautiful. Keep your promises. No matter how small, no matter how inconvenient. When you say you'll wake up early, do it. When you say you'll work for an hour, do it. Not for the world to see, not for applause, but to rebuild the steel inside you. When you become someone you can trust, you become unstoppable. Your word to yourself must be sacred. It must be law. Respect yourself enough to act when no one is watching. That is how you forge unbreakable strength. You are not simply fighting against procrastination. You are fighting for your very identity. As long as you see yourself as someone who struggles with procrastination, you will continue to struggle. Identity shapes behavior. You must see yourself not as someone trying to change, but as someone who has already changed. You are a finisher, you are a creator, you are a builder, you are a doer. Every time you take action, no matter how small, you reinforce that identity. It is not fake, it is not pretending, it is choosing who you are every single day. And if you claim the identity of a relentless finisher, procrastination will have no place to live inside you. You are not just fighting for today, you are fighting for the legacy you leave behind. Every delayed dream is a chapter unwritten. Every unfinished project is a gift the world never receives. You were born with gifts. You were entrusted with dreams. To waste them, to delay them, is to betray the reason you are here. There are people who need what you have to offer. There are lives that will be changed because you had the courage to finish. When you feel the pull of procrastination, remember, it's not just about you. It's about the mark you leave on this earth. Live in a way that would make your future self proud. Live in a way that when your story is told, it will inspire generations. Finish what you started. Fulfill what you were sent here to do. Procrastination is not a flaw. It is not your destiny. It is a dragon you were born to slay. It is the test that separates the timid from the titans, the prisoners from the pioneers. You have everything you need. You have the mind, you have the heart, you have the fire. But none of it matters unless you rise and move. Today, not tomorrow. Now, not later. The war against procrastination will not be won in a single day. It will be won by thousands of small battles, fought and won when no one is watching. Every time you move when you don't feel like it. Every time you start before you're ready. Every time you finish what you promised yourself. You carve a new destiny with your own hands. The clock is ticking. The world is waiting. This is your time. This is your fight. This is your victory. Win it.